All right, so in today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make
tricky cutouts.
Super easy. All right, it's going to be a really good tutorial, but before I get started on that, I've got something I want to show you. All right, so give me just a second. I got to figure out how to set up this camera so I can show you this. It's good that I've got this Joby tripod thing, because man, you can do almost anything with it. All right, let's go there. All right, I think that looks pretty good. Let's go there. All right, so just like that. All right, so I'm gonna walk and I'm gonna unhook Dingo the dog and just watch. All right, watch me walk there and back. So here I go. All right, check this out. Hold on, one more thing. I'm gonna walk sideways now. Watch this. Right. How freaking jacked up is that? I mean, that's nuts. I walk like I have a rod shoved
all the way up my butt.
And I can't move at all. Hold on. Dingo, come. All right. All right, that dog. All right, so yeah, like a rod shoved up my butt, and I have no motion in my legs, no range of motion, and that's because I have bad hips. I have severe arthritis in the hips caused by a congenital thing called
hip dysplasia.
Really, hip dysplasia. Isn't that what dogs get? Anyway, so I got severe arthritis in my hips. It's basically bone on bone.
Bone on
the bone. Luca would say, not good. All right. So what that has done is it makes it very difficult to walk. Very painful to walk. She's pooping. Great. So I can't walk, I can't move, I can't, it's almost becoming impossible to sleep at night. Month to 2 months, the photography of my composites, the portraits that I create, have started to become affected by this, all right? So right now I'm working on the very last one that I need to get ready for a June 8th reveal. Today is Thursday. It has to be done by tomorrow, which is Friday, because on Monday, the 21st, I go in for double full hip replacement surgery. Now I know I've been alluding to this in some episodes previously, but officially right now I'm letting you know that I'm getting new hips. I'm going to become like the bionic man. And then I have a scheduled recovery date for me, and I've kind of created this, of mid-June, to get back to kind of hitting it full force and back on the playing field and doing portraits and creating the tutorials and all this other good stuff. And I have a job in Georgia at the end of June, so I got to be ready to go for that. So anyway, that's what's going on with me. I think right now let's go in. We'll just go into the computer box and do that tutorial on how to create tricky cutouts made easy. All right, so let's go do that. All right, let's go. Seriously, let's go into the computer box. I'll see you in the computer box and we'll do the tutorial. All right, I'll see you in a few minutes. All right, so here we are in the computer box, and now I'm going to do things a little bit different today. Not going to do the whole camera setup and the lights and all that kind of good stuff, just because, as you can see, it's not super easy to get around right now, and things kind of suck as far as the hips go. So we're just going to make this super easy today for me. All right. Now, before we get started, I want you to go to the Photillustrator Masters Facebook group if you have not already, and join. All right. We do a lot of really good stuff. This has a lot of great up and coming composite photographers, photographers new to compositing. All right. And some really great people in there sharing some really good insights. So go ahead and go to Photillustrator Masters right now. Pause it, go, join. All right. All right. So now go to YouTube and subscribe to my YouTube channel. So just go to YouTube, search Photillustrator, not Photo Illustrator, but Photillustrator, and subscribe to that YouTube channel right now. Pause it and do it. All right. So now that you're back, it's time for Instagram. To go to Instagram and follow whatever you do on Instagram at Photillustrator. And then finally, if you are interested in some premium tutorials, things that you're not going to get anywhere else as far as what I do, then I have Photillustrator Masters courses, premium courses for you. As you can see right now, I have 2 with many, many more coming soon. All right, so go check that out at photillustrator-masters.teachable.com. That's a lot. So let's get into today's tutorial, which is going to be a really cool, quick one on how to make tricky cutouts easy in Photoshop. And we're going to use this tree line that I use so many times in my work, in my work and my composites. This tree line gets used more than any of them just because of this V. And as you know, I like to create a lot of V's in my work to really lead that eye into the center part or into the area that I want in the portrait. So it's all about leading the eye for the audience. This tree line is awesome doing that. All right. So if you ever get an opportunity and you see a tree line that has a V like this, stop immediately and photograph it, or take note and go back and photograph it on a day that is more appropriate to do that for compositing. All right, so this is the image that we're going to use. This is the cutout that I did a long time ago, all right, and I use all the time. Now, as you can see, there is some haloing happening along the trees here, along the leaves, and that's not very good, all right? And I've worked around that a lot, but we're going to change that today. And you can see some fringing as well. So we're going to change that as well. So I'm going to show you 2 in 1. You get a twofer today. All right. So let's get started right here with our main image. And we're going to go up to select color range. All right. In the color range, you can see we have a black and white little color range window here with our black and white image. So what we're going to do to start off with is we're going to hit shift, hold it, and then we're just going to take a swath through this sky area here. And what we're doing, our intention is to pick up all the colors of white and gray. All right. And now you can see this kind of altered that here too. Okay. We'll fix it here in a minute. Actually, we'll fix it right now. So we're just going to drop this down, fuzziness down. So when you drop the fuzziness down, you're taking less of a selection. I don't know why they call it fuzziness. That's a weird name for it. So then we're not finished yet. Let's be finished. I'll show you what happens. So now we have our marching ants, and we're just going to go ahead and add a layer mask to this. And of course it's inverted, and we're just going to Command I to re-invert it back. Okay. To revert back. All right. So you can see that we have some nice haloing here along with that fringing that we had from over here. All right. We're going to fix that now. And the next one, right now. All right. Go back up to select color range. And then we're going to hit shift, hold, and then just take that swath that we did before, just like that. And now we're going to zoom in because we know that some of these areas, as you can see in here, have some gray. And we're going to get rid of that gray. That gray ends up being white, ends up being that white haloing that we have. Now, when you take a selection of gray, whatever tone that gray is, it basically applies it to the rest of the image all over. So you don't have to go do this all over. Just go through anywhere you see
you might have some gray that aren't, you know, leaves, reflections off of leaves, then you take it. This is looking pretty good right here. That's good. Digging that? All right, so let's go ahead and just go with that. All right. So the fuzziness, we can alter the fuzziness all the way up. And as you can see, you're just not going to select a whole lot. You're just selecting a bunch of gray. The more we take it down, the better. Now here's the caveat to that. The more you take it down, the more haloing you're going to have. All right, so you got to be careful with that. I'm going to take it down pretty low. Just about there. And then I'm going to hit OK. And then I'm going to hit Q so I can see a little bit better of what I've done. And so then I'm just going to come in here and I'm going to knock out. Let's go up here. Got to change that. I had it in overlay. No wonder nothing was happening. All right, so now I just want to get rid of the highlights on these leaves. You don't want to get rid of the stuff that's sky, but you do want to get rid of the highlights on the leaves. That would look awkward. Of course, we can fix that later, but just like that. You can just see a bunch of them. It's not a huge deal, especially for me like this image, because this image usually goes behind a lot of stuff and isn't, you know, kind of a primary thing that I use. Just like that. Just go in here, just fix all that. All right, for argument's sake, let's say that we're pretty happy with this. All right, so for argument's sake. Now, don't argue with me. Hit Q, bring it back. Now, we could go ahead and add our layer mask right here, but we'd still have some haloing happening. So what I'm going to do now, just to try to reduce that even more, is I'm going to go up to my select. I'm going to go to modify, and I'm going to go to expand, I believe. Let's do this. Let's zoom in here so I can see a little bit better what happens with the. So we can see our selection here, the marching ants. So we're going to go up to select, modify, and expand. So the more we expand, the less of that haloing. We're getting rid of some of that white fringing around there, or that white haloing around there. Let's see 10 just to see what happens. See what happened there? Went all the way in. We don't want that. So we're going to go back to select, expand, and let's expand in by 2 pixels. That's too much too. Just too much. I don't like that. So let's go ahead and do 1 pixel. All right. So a bit of this is just trial and error. We're going to stick with 1 pixel. We'll go with that. Likely, I will be blurring some of this tree line out as well, just to add more depth into our image. All right, so let's go ahead and add a layer mask to that. And Command I to re-invert the inverted image back. And as you can see, we've gotten rid of all, or at least a great deal of that haloing. How freaking cool is that? That's awesome. Now it's a little blotchy, but you know, this isn't going to be a primary tree in the image, so you're not going to see that. You're not going to notice it. You just want the idea of trees back there. And then if you also go ahead and add a blend on, or a blur onto this, then it's inconsequential. You will never notice that. You'll never see it. Even if you blow this thing up to a big, you know, 60, 70 inch, it's hardly going to be noticeable. So I think you're good there. So let's go ahead and knock out some of this fringing, chromatic aberration here that's caused by the digitalness of photography. We're going to add a layer on here that is the hue saturation layer. And I'm going to attach it. So if you're using, if you're working on an image that has a sky behind it and some characters in it, then you want to attach it because you don't want this effect on everything. And then we're going to go up to the master area here, and we're going to choose our reds. And then our reds, since we're working with a tree that's all green, it's not going to be affected. We're going to just drop that saturation down to nothing. Nothing, honey. There it is. And you can see the difference almost immediately. Just gets rid of all this red fringing here. We can also go to magentas, and we can knock that down too. All right, and then now we have some cyans in there. So we want to go to our cyans, knock the cyan down. All right, so that is how you get rid of, quick and easily get rid of the fringing that happens in an image like this. Happens in all digital photography. So there you have it. Now you know how to easily cut out tricky cutouts. Now you know how to, that's not quite right. Now you know how to easily make tricky cutouts. There you go. All right. So if you like this video, go ahead and give it a bing, 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 thumbs up. And please subscribe to this YouTube channel. And I'll see you on the next tutorial video. Boom. Wah. Wah. Sacre bleu. Him and then. Joe back on Kim Health. Little James Brown there for you.